Hello all. In this video, I talk about to scheduling the action using the Salesforce process automation tools such as Workflow, Process Builder, and Flow. I just navigate how to create the time-based workflow rules from the workflow and the scheduled action using the Process Builder and scheduled the flow for the lightning flow. I quickly log in my developer account. From there, go to the setup, and from the process automation section, you can find all the automation tools such as workflow rules, process builder, and flows, and even approval process also. In this demo, I cover workflow rules, process builder, and flows. First, I go to the workflow rules and clicking the new rule. Here I am defining the rules. From there, we can select the object from the object dropdown. Here list out all the standard and the custom object. I am selecting the account object for this demo. Clicking next. From there, we can define the role and evaluation criteria. From the role name, I am entering as account type as prospect, and description, always best practices to enter the description, the purpose of the role. So it's easily to identify what purpose this particular tool. And evaluation criteria, under there are 3 criteria available. Either whenever the account is created, or whenever the account is created and every time is edited, or whenever the account is created and any time is edited to subsequently meet criteria. For this time-based workflow, features available only created and anytime it's edited to subsequently meet criteria. Only these 2 evaluation criteria only available for the time-based. Let me show you here. If you select this one, the time dependent workflow action not available. So in this demo, I am selecting the third one. I am entering the rule criteria, the account type as prospect. This is the standard field from account object. This is a pick list field. I'm selecting the pick list value as prospect. Clicking insert selected, it's entered. I'm clicking save on next. From the next screen, it's allowed to select the actions. Before that, we need to define the time. See, if you want to perform the immediate action, you can go ahead and create immediate workflow action. If you want to define the time-based, time-dependent workflow action, you can define from here. So basically, using the workflow rules, we can define 4 actions. One is creating the new task, sending the email alert, or field update, either the related records or the master records. And finally, the outbound messages, it's possible using the workflow rules. Here, the time trigger page, I'm selecting 1 hour after a hour, the last modified date. Clicking the save. So that means whenever the rule criteria is matched and after a hour from the last modified date for the account, then I'm performing to create a new task. I'm selecting the new task option. This allowed to select all the task related fields. I'm selecting the assign to as myself. And status as in progress, priority high, and subject task from workflow rule. Time-based action. And due date is I'm selecting rule trigger date plus 1 day. Comments I'm leaving blank. Clicking save. So almost our workflow rule ready. So we need to activate. So we can create multiple action also, the same workflow rule, but currently I am defined only one, such as creating the new task. So let me activate. We'll quickly test from our account record. So this rule trigger whenever a new account is created with the account type as prospect or for any of the existing record, if you are trying to change the account type from anything from different to prospect. Okay, let me pick the existing account. Here I am changing the account type from technology partner to prospect. Clicking save. So then in the backend, our workflow rule fired. So where to check either this workflow rule will be fired or not? Is there any option available? Yes, it's available. From the setup, if you navigate to the monitors section, okay, in the quick find, search monitoring from the time-based workflow. If you navigate to the time-based workflow, from here, select the search, then all the workflow queues list available. So basically we triggered at 7:49. This scheduled action will be fired after a hour. That means 8:49. If in case in between 7:49 to 8:49, if in case any changes happen, this particular record, the account type from prospect to different, then it's automatically removed from this queue. And also, if you're trying to deactivate this particular workflow rule, the system not allowed to deactivate until you need to clear the record from the queue. Let's quickly test. Either the system allowed to deactivate this particular workflow or not. Let me deactivate this one. It's allowed to deactivate. I guess it's not allowed to delete. Let's quickly check. See here, the workflow rule currently has pending action in the workflow queue. To delete, please remove this pending action. So basically we need to remove from the queue to delete the workflow. Got it? If in case, if I am trying to change the type from prospect to something different, let's see that's still available in the queue or not. I'm changing the type as other. I'm searching again. So it's removed from the queue. Let's go back from our workflow rule. We'll try to delete further deactivated workflow. Now it's allowed to delete. So this all about the workflow rule. Let's move for the process builder. Under the process automation section, the process builder available. So I'm clicking this process builder. So here it's list out all the process builder. I'm creating the new one. I'm click the new button and adding the process name. And make sure add the description. So this really helpful. What purpose this process builder? So here the process starts when, so either a record change or platform event message received or invoked from the another process builder. So I'm selecting the record changes, I'm clicking save. So that means whenever the account is created or updated, this process builder fire. And add object, here I'm selecting the object. This drop down again, it's list out all the standard object and the custom object. I'm selecting the account object for this demo. If you notice here, there are two options only available, only when your record is created, or updated. But in your workflow, there are three criteria available. And also note down the scheduled action available only when a record is created. If you select it when a record is created or edited, if you clicking save, then the scheduled action will be disappeared. But indirectly, that scheduled action available for the record updation also. But we need to add the condition record is edited and evaluation criteria is to meet. I will show you here. So let's go back. See, only when your record is created, then the scheduled action default available. If I am selecting the when your record is created or edited, then scheduled action disappeared. But these features available while adding the criteria. Let's add the criteria as account type, adding the condition here type, account type. I'm selecting choose, and from the pick list drop down I'm selecting the prospect. If you want, you can add multiple condition also. See, if you note down here advanced section, here you need to select this yes check mark in order to achieve the scheduled action. So the scheduled action available upon while clicking the yes from the advanced section. I'm clicking the save. See, now the scheduled action appear. Now we can define the scheduled time when this particular action to fire. Here again I'm selecting a 1 hour. After a hour, the account last modified date. So I set the time, and from there I'm adding the actions. So if you note down here multiple action available. So difference between workflow rule and then process builder. This is very much important. Workflow we can perform only 4 activities, but in a process builder we can perform extra. But in a workflow we can achieve outbound messages. That means using the workflow we can send or we can call out to the external system using the outbound messages, but here it's not possible using the outbound messages, but it's possible with something different way. We can call using the flow, or we can call the Apex class using such a way we can achieve the call out for the external system. Here I am again creating the task, create a record. I'm selecting the action type as create a record and creating new task from process builder trigger, and I'm selecting the record type as task. Here again you can create any records, but in your workflow only we can create your task records. That is also one of the features from the process builder. And I'm selected the task, and again we need to define the assign to value. I'm assigned to by using the field reference. I'm selecting the account assigned to as a account owner. Selected account owner as assigned to, and priority from the drop down is high, and status else in progress. If you want, we can add more fields also from the task record, but I will leave it only 3. That's fine. I'm clicking the save. All set. Almost. Yes. So I'm clicking to activate the process builder. And it's asking confirmation. I click the confirm button. Yeah, all good. Let me go back to the setup. Before that, we'll try to test the same account. We'll try to change the type, then see this process will be fired or not. I'm changing the status again from the account type others to prospect. I'm clicking save. Okay. Is there any possibility to check from the setup? As like the workflow, we check the queues for the time-based workflow under the monitor, right? Yes, from process builder also we can check, but it's not under the monitoring. Same under the process automation section, you need to click the past flow interviews. From here, that queue will be available. Let's see that available or not. See here, if you click this name, you can check all the details. If you want, you can delete as like the time-based workflow queue. Let's say I'm trying to change the type from prospect to something different, then it's automatically deleted as like the workflow time-based queue. So I changed the type and it's getting saved. And let me refresh here and see this will remove or not. And hopefully this will get deleted from the queue. The thing is our account no more the prospect, right? Yeah. See here that queue gets deleted. Let's move for the flows. Again, under the process automation, the flow section now appear, the lightning flow. I'm clicking the lightning flows. Yes. Here, I will show you how to schedule the action. As part of Winter 20, the Salesforce introduced to add the scheduled action. I'm clicking the new flow. This scheduling the flow option available only for the, will show you, auto launcher flows. Clicking create. From the start, I can, from the canvas, double click. From there, you can schedule the jobs. Under that schedule section, you can define the start date, time, and the frequency. So I'm selecting the start date from today and time. I'm scheduling 1 a.m. and frequency daily. So that means daily 1 a.m. this flow executed. So here I'm selecting the object as account. Selected the object and condition requirement. From there, get all accounts record. Okay, anything. I'm selecting no condition. I'm selecting done. So now I'm tracking for the action from the canvas. Here we can define the actions from the. So here I'm creating new task. So here we can define all the fields related to name, ID, and everything as like the workflow rule or process filter. So similar way we can schedule for the flows also. So this about the flow, and I will show you some important thing. So the trigger and order of execution is very important. So when the workflow fire and when the process builder and flow. So basically the so these are the 21 nearly 21 steps available. You need to note down everything. So as an admin or developer or architect, it's a very important. When the standard fields validation and custom validation and before trigger and after trigger assignment rule, auto response rule, workflow rules. And here if you note down, when if you have the field update from your workflow, then your before trigger and after trigger execute one more time, only one time. And addition that the standard validation and custom validation rule, only addition to standard validation will be fired one more time, but not the custom validation rule flows, duplicate rules, process and escalation rules are not execute again. So this is a very important about the order of execution. And the next one, very important, like the difference between these automation tools. So what is the difference? So I will add these URLs in my video and description comment. So maybe make use of it. That's all. Thanks for watching my video. And if you have any details, please add in the comment section. Thanks again. Have a great day. Bye.